Ladies and gentlemen, Midlife Crisis.
Came to Mahone Bay. About a year after that, we met Dave and Heather, and I think I met Dave actually. I was playing the guitar at the nursing home, and Ina knew of this rather giant type MD who was in this come to the community, so he plays music as well. So the three of us, I think, got together and just used to come and play music, just jam really in the kitchen, whatever. And we did that really for quite a number of years until we met Dave and Jackie at another party, and again we were jamming away, and the idea came up, why don't we get together tomorrow and just start joining, forming a group, or just make it a little bit, see where it goes.
I remember it differently.
Of course you do.
You would. I would. What I remember is us playing together, just playing, having fun. And we were playing with the people on the hill, but just playing music whenever we had a chance. We loved it. And we all had played music for a long time separately before. And then somebody opened a pub in Mahone Bay. And I remember standing in the back of that pub when they opened the Mug and Anchor, and we were there singing, and we said, we should have a band to play here. What a wonderful place to play. And that's the first time I really thought about a band as opposed to getting together.
I remember working with Dave Abriel at Fisherman's Emerge, and you and me, and standing at the desk there talking, and you were talking about your group. And I remember saying to you, well, that's really interesting. John plays the bass. And you were saying, oh, okay, that guy is your husband.
That's right, because you played guitar in church.
Yes, I think I was playing guitar there, but the bass is where I...
Yeah. My definition of that name is a midlife crisis. If you wake up in the morning and you realize that everything you're doing, as hard as you're doing it, really isn't going to get where you want to be, that's a midlife crisis. So if you wait until you're 50 and make a big change, and you lose your wife, your house, your dog, your car, and everything else, that's rough. But if all along the way, every morning you wake up and you make a little tack, or once a week you make a little change, and you adjust it, that's having a midlife crisis, but little ones all the way. And I think you get through it a lot better. So, I think it can be any age to have one of those midlife crises. If you say, look, things aren't going the way I want to, I'm going to change, that's a crisis.
You're trying to make us feel better, aren't you?
Well, I'm just saying at your age, you probably, don't have any more changes.
Let's just say if we...
Well, the group was started in 1991, and who was the bug to try to keep getting a CD?
That'd be you.
So 10 years later, we finally have our first CD.
Well, it wasn't actually you, because I must say, whenever we played, people were looking for CDs.
Yes.
Especially
originally they were cassette tapes.
Well, cassette tapes.
But the 78s, I think.
I'll put it out there, it's the old 33s.
I just wonder, people were, really liked the music and they wanted to take it with them. It was great.
Well, you were away.
I was off doing my own.
Well, you were away. You were recording with somebody else.
Yes.
You had a CD.
On the
We've
road.
always been a stepping stone for the bass players to move on, move out. Unless they can't make it on their own, then they come back.
Uh-oh. Is this the break? Is this the break?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
We can insult each other now, we can't hear it.
Get the best out of a song, whereas we have so many songs in our repertoire, maybe 200 or 300 at least. You never have a chance
To learn them.
to learn them all really nice. Well, some people don't.
And it varies,
And it varies. Once you learn them, you forget them.
I know, it's a problem.
Well, let's bring this new song in.
Every performance is brand new.
Where was I before I was interrupted?
Yeah,
Were you talking?
We're still gonna be the Harborview Haven host band.
Nothing's really changed. I'm trying not to talk. There's this guy making cracking jokes. This guy cracking jokes. You're sort of tuning.
Oh,
It's either Tony or Glenn in the back,
or on his phone. He's one of the three.
or hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
Or just walks off stage, stands there, there he is down there in the audience, what are you doing down there?
Somebody has to listen.
Himself.
But I think it's amazing. Must all agree to this. We never thought when we started that we would be together 25 years.
I didn't think I'd live that long.
I thought I was.
Well, don't joke about that, Davey.
No, I'm not.
I'm too old for jokes like that. Those are funny when you were young.
Yeah. I always thought we'd all remain friends, but I never thought we'd still play together, play out together. So that's
We have too
kinda
much
neat.
fun.
Yeah, we do.
If we really don't care about the, well, I shouldn't say.
Well, don't say that.
No, I don't mean that, but we just have fun.
We just have fun.
So if you're here, if other people are around, they get to enjoy it.
Oh, if I'm
We're just
standing
having
up
fun.
on stage and I look around and here's all my best friends, right? Minus some of my other best friends over there. But you look around and it's like we're all standing on. I had a dream about this last night. It's like we're all standing on the deep end at the edge of a swimming pool at the deep end. We're all holding hands together, and we all go 1, 2, 3 and jump in together, and not knowing what's going to happen.
That's the next album cover.
But it's not. It's
is
just
cool.
such fun.
Yeah, that is
You
cool.
know, the biggest compliment we always get when we play is that you guys look like you're having fun up there. And it's
Not
taken-
you.
It's,
That's
no, it's
fine.
taken
You never look like
us, it's
you're-
taken us 25 years to learn to perfect those painted on smiles and false camera angles.
I always look at you. Don't forget
Easing out of it, easing away.
Well, I must say the music is such an essential part of my survival. Being able to play music and sing a bit and just do that. And Heather and I have always sort of done that. And I never ever thought that I would ever get it with a bunch of people that we'd be able to be out playing in front of people. Because that's another thing on top
But
of
you
the
played
play.
in front of people.
Well, I have, but,
Formal,
and lots of other little things before. But this is,
No, there's a
there's
special
the
thing.
pleasure of once a week getting together with you guys and playing. And that is so good for my soul. Or going out and camping and we play out there, wherever it is at a party. And then it's that other level, the privilege of being, and it's a real privilege to play for people and to get that energy back and forth.
Feedback.
Some people don't like that, but I love that part of it
It's a
too.
real adrenaline rush.
The same with our kids, and I can remember we were putting posters up, we were playing somewhere at the pub or like that, and we put some up in the school. Well, on it, the poster we wrote, Kate's mom and dad. She was so embarrassed, she went around scratching, taking the posters down. And well, when they were little, they all heard the songs. They had to hear them, I mean, they were going on all the time. But it was never anything that they kin to, they were all into rock and punk and all the stuff they could get into. And then a number of years ago, when Kate was married over in England, she'd been living in England for quite a while, we all went over, all the kids, and we went there and they went through the wedding, and we were in a pub afterwards. Now here we were in the south of England, in Cornwall, and a real old pub, no music. There was nobody singing, no folk groups, no nothing, it was just people drinking beer. And it was different. I mean, we had more music here in our pubs than they were having any of the places over there. There was a folk club that in a building once a month met to sing a couple of folk songs, and so they all started singing. And our kids
Started singing.
and they knew every song, every word, all the choruses.
Yeah, they were
And
singing
everybody in the
Crisis
pub
songs.
was so amazed that these kids were singing all these pub and songs that they knew. And it just
That's cool.
got
It's
through
really neat that
osmosis.
they had
you know?
retained that, and
Yeah.
that was something,
Yeah.
an element of pride for them to be able to sing these together in
Yeah.
a place. So
But
that-
now that they're older,
When they were younger, they didn't appreciate
Oh,
it.
they hated
They
it, no,
hated
they
it.
didn't like it.
Now they want you
Oh.
at their wedding reception,
Oh,
and
they-
now at Dal and
Yeah.
university.
Every performance is for me, it's so, I'm so on edge because you want to do your very best. And, I do the hair and the makeup and all that kind of stuff. And try to be something sparkly, and it's, even if you've had the most miserable day, you know, if you know you're playing that night, that's an up. So it's almost like a drug, you know? You need that you get that adrenaline rush, you get that edge. So for me, every performance has that edge, and it just lifts me, you know? It lifts me. And I look around, here's my best pals, you know, and my sweetie, and I can't think of any place on earth I'd rather be. So when we play, each one for me, so I don't have one that's stands out more than another.
But, you know, I have so many times that were really positive. Playing for all the kids, for their weddings and things like that. You know, playing for Jonathan's just recently.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Any of that, all that stuff is really high, because that hits another emotional note. And then playing in the pub where everything's going, you know, exciting. Playing in the Folk Harbor tent, because they had really wonderful sound. That was just such, because I could hear really well.
Make anybody sound good?
Yeah, they do, make anybody sound good. But what I really, I think one of the things I really liked was playing at the Wooden Boat Festival in Mahone Bay, outside, where all the people would come that I knew from town. All my patients that would never come to the pub, all the kids would come, all the older people that would come out to hear, and the place would be, the whole parking lot, the wharf, right to the end would be packed, right to the end, and everybody swaying on a warm summer night and singing and clapping. That to me was really...
And you look out beyond the crowd to the black, calm water and the boats gliding by. Similar plane to the wharf down here. At the
absolutely, and that was the Blue Nose coming through.
Yeah,
but those communions with people that, you know, that you touch like that.
I want to say to the last 25 years of music, love, and friendship, and to the next 25.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God, 25! That's 25 and 68.
Here's the midlife crisis.
7 years old!
Here's the midlife crisis. May it never end.
well,
Even in heaven, right?
In heaven. Oh, where?
I'll play my harp in heaven. I'm not playing this stuff.
Here's to all the people that have tolerated us. Listen to us and enjoy it. You mean our wives?
It'll be us.
The people that we can share the music with.
Long suffering.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray! He rises, hooray! He rises, hooray!